Hello everyone, this is the RBG Revamped, and today I thought I'd do something a little different. Obviously you aren't seeing me, and my reason for that is I'm going to be showing off just how accurate YouTube's um, interactive transcripts are. If you didn't know, under every video on YouTube, this is kind of a beta thing, and for good reason. Um, there's a little interactive transcript you can hit. There's a little button underneath the video. You can read along with me if you'd like. I'm doing this off of my Viewtiful Joe video because that's the last video I had clean cut audio from me. And basically it translates it completely wrong. So I'm going to read off what it says. I might put the video underneath this. Obviously it's going to be off sync. But that's not a problem because it's never going to line up when it's completely untranslated. So anyway, let's get started. Starting now. Said everyone, this is your piece, is your pants. Then here's another one might be again prospering. A leaf Europe. Earlier we're not a fascist abyss enough. Sounds that you know. The basically every game day. Elitist, that's my thoughts. That's why through steroid dimensions out there you know if you have extensive thoughts on it. Because when I do have criticize on finance people Jeff, not he played this game. You'll be able to relate. Is extremely difficult in Anna. I'm actually 9 the best game still. That predominant army beginning to have a difficult time being that all that good games begin with. Basically I did a kid's movie, Decky Doodle. This is really not his mood, think seriously. It's kind of misleading against me. It's his ruling on family-friendly game, I don't think. Cramped ear. Globally would be looked to sell uneasily. Bill clicked through a lot of this, the basically. Between our him thinking powers to beat the scheme, and countries say that we don't want it. Don't get me wrong, I was a good game. It was a good game. Deep D different. Basically beat tomorrow. Excel sheet beat him up, 'cause it's only GameCube. Any place is town, movie star kind of hero menus. Pretty much so I think you and he and the comes in hero. Any of these pretty cool powers immediately VFX powers Michigan show. Feeding us slow, which will ours is a little time and a way to his more powerful. No, we don't make more powerful, but it will. He purchased into Mali a building slowly also automatically guides attacks, and is also used for a lot of the puzzles to trust certain floating platforms, stole or as he saw it. News also marks what's the exact abstinence really fast to May 2. Users Randy is a lot quicker, but there's a lot I didn't think it will require slow. Personification created for internet easily. Through the difficulty comes in obvious would be really easy to get. The party for everything. Marks these are seats for some parcels to speed up things, and also to raise the platform said referenced earlier. That's the very cool hill, so busy with the same whips. I didn't really like as much. This difference leg to the latest in case you seen any. You can't get back. Which is kinda cool, Betty's first annoying puzzles. Yet make sure X more powerful than I really don't like it a lot of times. Threatening some of us a lot easier. The single most from the experience for me it was it got stuck on the spots. Facing is the final thoughts I think it is like Kenyan. For no Leah or something like that. And so many of those kinds of names. He was extremely difficult, he would run around in the droppings. Meteor is an estimate. I had thought disappointing faxing even that is extremely difficult this is. Something I never would have thought out, let me know if you beat him before. And it is easy to you or something, but to me, and there was lots to do this online. Use Heat New Year's, huge opportunity for me or something like that, and basically also at the same time, sheet ladies, fireballs, and flame meals at you. CFC's much peace soon. He did not sound city. Osaka fire. All I think that technique and you can see a couple of fire by doing that, but and somebody the new species at city to be invisible to the fireball hits from throughout. Negrutumi, Kono-chan, once for the runaway. Uni Lemon Rampant. Dot 5 all of a little bit. Needed to be fighting calm. Knitting identity, in fact, Sam's strategy to the family work better for me. Is he back that he seemed a bit more complex than would have liked. My strategy, basically human, do spinning move. We just slow down time to punch him. Calm, elevating, dismissing them tracked out. But I wonder, Soup, do some punches and are they rallied? Use of the Muna stated without pushing it, and then I would jump over them. William around a little bit into my meteor charged up again. His slogan, keep getting into it on I think jumped off, but you do after a while. One thing I wish I knew was she was really applied in some states afterwards. Words if you use this email. Effects power back. Pessimistic sex life. More powerful and really necessary to distant enough attention. But that seize is a big mechanic in the later levels later than more powerful enemies require that it's to break his shield and stuff. So if I know now, I actually think it would be a lot easier. I'd really be interested to go back to that. Step box unseated how much easier to use for this evening. But at the same time that's actually can't speaks to the state on the screen. Yes, that we'd have to pull it all game again, please. If you say it's like at the end of Stars, you're about to say you won the game. So that's unfortunate. I'll probably never get around to doing that, but I'd like to see how much easier it is. Let me know if you. He says dredging work a lot better. Something the FEC. I think it would be lucky to them, but that should have so much time to hours and hours. 6 treaty that's spending on Twitter, and my brother is watching me as a guide so close I would. A few days of you time, they got the last part of the New York film. Stupid things to happen like the media is a drop of my head as is running by the head a lot. She's really going to bed. Pulled through. Direction or more status, which is great fan of alcoholism, and things have been planted on. But it was the 80s former adversary, I think. About that. And, there is the actual final box, which was drastically easier. He would, Cubase, we thought this reach was so much easier. So much. Blake writing Leslie. Electricity. You feel out the so much of that and some missiles and stuff. Silicone, then Wong, but really. Especially since the new Symington held so much few minutes without so much damage each hit, that really toward through the box, I don't know if you would have been easier or harder that way. But on. Later, but I did it without the seeming power like they do. The other bus is stuck on. Out of you have been a lot harder in that respect. It's interesting feedback on now. Within 2 days of really cool the game. But I'm really not sure that I haven't sequels ID photo to you and Rag Rumble, which I think that is just kind of like playing games, speak with your friends or not terribly show, and I think that if I'm wrong, I've been looking for that all that much, but at least people judge you. I'm not entirely tend to be given to them. Because how difficult this was not stocked up on this, and I don't want to hold up on that. On the sequel for too long either. I will go on to the sequel to actually I think, but I just want to take a break from that and from an extra for gay men are short on the deal. I think it is between calling running in 64 and smile about became violent at times, but we'll see. As my thoughts is really cool being off, it gets really neat puzzles of the same sometimes very frustrating, pretty complex. Set top box I can imagine. Optic kids, young kids, Camila finds out. If he has to be very family foreign editor for a family game for the cover, like, only starts filling up. Suddenly calm Tony Khan to go to handle this kind, but it's really not for kids. Alan Rickman, recommended if not for chapter, and pretty easy going be lobbying, which I find that a lot of Europeans are weird. It's kind of Julie for, to honor we sometimes. Peanut values, but notice how much is schematics comment resume for this. Stories, that's another thing that for forwarded speed basic legalizing cliches in it. Into that because it is all about movies and stuff like that. Movie superheroes. Films. So national either going to. Club cliches for the sake of cliches. But yeah, services, business, workers work in this part than in the general idea and would recommend it. Hits keys. Scott Leon. And such seeker. Prisoners, annoying cases where it's been said a thing. Comets, incentives. Decide that has got this terra firma 6 trillion washout with some point. So does the status is on my worst condition cases actually for the GameCube because of what you have the other email either. The decision, the we here and after. Guys, until next, that's my thoughts of people in jail. If you know this team of UMBT, especially let me know your thoughts on this, and would be interested to see if you are as much as much as such it is I was there anyone, or if you're able to get a lot easier than I did, which I will be surprised, but Injustice Heat. Advise if you put the sequel if you would recommend and going to defeat flows better. Worse than the vision and the money now. And more videos on the way. I think it plans a record, Ray. 2 or 3 more reactions that I do this video so. Stay tuned for that, they'll be up sometimes knobs and I think the sound sale. You might see it. The affair is here with this video, that's the only thing I would be even talking about my instances. I might be working in Vidius after the Romans ever. Do you think of it in our purpose before that? So it's really confusing. Gets that now. CSIS. There you have it, guys. It actually did sound that bad. It actually sounded that wonky. There were some parts that messed up because I didn't read this ahead of time. I didn't put it into Microsoft Word, so this is kind of my live thing. And if I wasn't like laughing at stuff, I was just trying my best to be poker faced and act as if I was saying it seriously. Obviously, I tried to make it like real sentences, but it can't be done always. I hope you realize the video is ended now, because this isn't the transcript anymore. That's going to be confusing, but I guess you can tell now it's normal sentences, so that would be odd. But guys, let me know if you want more of these. I think I might actually record another right after this if I have time, because these are fun to do, because they're fun for me to find out what it says too. I looked at it a little bit and I just know they're ridiculous, so I tossed it on here. So guys, let me know what you think of this idea, and thanks for watching. Inside that, and it's got this tear from this that should really get washed off at some point. Still got this used sticker. So this is one of my worst condition cases actually for the GameCube. But it's unfortunate. I don't think I have the manual either. Yeah, and the disc is in the Wii right now. So guys, until next time, that's my thoughts on Viewtiful Joe. If you have this game, if you've beaten it especially, let me know your thoughts on this. I'd really be interested to see if you were ever as frustrated as I was at any point, or if you were able to get it a lot easier than I did, which I wouldn't be surprised, but interested to see your thoughts. And if you played the sequel, if you would recommend I go onto it, if you thought it was better or worse than the original, then let me know. I have more videos on the way. I think I plan to record maybe 2 or 3 more right after I do this video, so stay tuned for that. They'll be up sometime. Obviously, I'm not going to post them all at once, so you might see this video first, you might see this video last, so you won't even know what videos I'm talking about by this point, because I might be working on videos after the ones that are really the videos I'm talking about now, which were posted before this, so it's really confusing. Okay, I'll stop now. See you guys later.